3 signs that you're about to hit your next level that you may not have expected. Number 3 is particularly powerful, so make sure you stay till the end of that. What this video is going to do is share with you, particularly the first 2, the third one is kind of a bonus that you may not expect, but the first 2, these are things that people often hit when they're trying to reach the next level in their life, and they mistake it as a sign that they're failing or that something is wrong. If you hit this, and you probably will when I share this with you, you'll know, oh yeah, I've hit that before and I've collapsed. I've gone back down, I've retreated, I've given up, I've sabotaged. That's normally what happens. But this video is going to make sure this doesn't happen to you this time. So stick around, watch the end and enjoy it. So 3 signs you're going to hit your next level. This is the chapter where everything starts to come into your life. You've been working towards it for a while. You've been doing the work, the shadow work. You've been taking actions. You've been manifesting. You've been visualizing. You've been doing whatever it is that you do. But you can sense it. You can feel it. You know there is a bigger life waiting for you, right? Where more money comes in, where the business starts to take off, or where you start to create something that's really uniquely yours, where you attract that relationship or you take your relationship to the next level. Maybe it's just about how you feel every single day. Whatever this next level looks like for you, you already know it, you can already feel it, you can already get a sense of it, okay? These are the 3 signs. Number 1, you're hitting a wall. This is the place where most people get stuck because they hit a wall where the old ways stop working. The effort, the hustling, the grind, the pushing, or like the healing, whatever it is that you've generally done to create results in your life, or that you've been doing to try and get to this thing, this promised land of your next level, right? Whatever you've been doing, you hit a wall where it stops working. This is where burnout comes. This is where results stop coming in business. This is where you hit a kind of stumbling block in that relationship that you attracted, and you start to feel like, oh my God, this isn't it, right? After all. The wall is where most people trip because they see it as a sign that, oh, okay, maybe this thing isn't for me. Maybe what I'm doing isn't right. Maybe whatever, right? And they collapse back down. They go back into avoidance. They escape. They numb. They distract, whatever it is, because this wall is here purposefully. The wall is here to get you to realize that the old ways will not work anymore. More importantly, it's there to burn the identity underneath them. This is the crucial point with this, and this is where it's all going to link to at the end of the video, so stick around for that. The point of the wall where the old ways stop working, where you burn out, where you just feel like no matter how hard you try, you cannot get there anymore. The wall is there to reveal to you that there is an outdated identity inside your mind, inside your body, that cannot come with you into this next chapter. And the wall comes as it's protection, really. It's protection from the universe. It's protection from your own intelligence that's saying, yeah, if you get what you want without this identity dying and releasing, then it's not going to last. You're going to sabotage. You're going to burn out again, like whatever. Okay. The wall is coming now so that you don't have to collapse later. This is so that you can actually retain and keep and embody the life that you want. This is so the next level actually stays, instead of being something that you get for a moment and then you collapse. You know this, you've experienced this before, where you've got something that you wanted and it didn't last. This wall now is proof that this time it's different. But it's only going to be that if you do what I share with you at the end of this video, okay? Because you need to stay the course. I'll just tell you that much so far. So the wall is good. Embrace the wall, number 1. Number 2, emotions. You're feeling tired, you're feeling drained, you're feeling angry, you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling grief, you're feeling all these uncomfortable, difficult things start to come up. Sometimes they just come up out of the blue, out of nowhere. You wake up and you feel sad and you feel angry and you feel emotional. Sometimes you feel the opposite. Sometimes you feel relieved and joyful. You're just noticing this emotional roller coaster that's coming in throughout your day. What this is a sign of is that you're actually now creating enough space in your life, which often the wall is the first thing that comes, right? But there's enough space in your life that you're able to now feel the deeper emotions related to this identity that needs to die, that needs to release, okay? You're now feeling what you were not feeling before. And because you've tried pushing and you've tried getting there and it's not working as much, and then you're becoming disillusioned and you're burning out and all these things, whatever it is, these emotions are now coming up because you're ready to feel them. You're ready to feel what is underneath, what was creating the old cycle and the old loop and the old pattern, so that you can release that energy, so that you can complete that chapter, complete that cycle. I'm already giving you some clues as to what I'm sharing with you at the end of this video as to how this is all going to tie together. Okay, so if you're feeling these emotional waves, it's great. It's a beautiful sign, especially if just out of nowhere you feel grief, or out of nowhere you feel frustration or sadness. These are not bad things. They're not signs that anything is wrong. All that it's inviting you to do is to be present with what is showing up, to allow the energy to complete, and to allow that chapter to complete. So emotional waves, beautiful sign. And number 3, this is the one that a lot of people actually, when I shared this on TikTok, people really resonated with this, but there's a lot of people that probably will get triggered by it, okay? And this is that you're feeling done with all of the spirituality, manifestation, motivation, mindset, hustle, healing stuff, the self-help trap, right? The spirituality trap, the manifesting trap. You see these videos and these content creators and they're sharing all these things, and you've done it, you've done the vision boards, you've done the journaling, you've done all the self-help, you've done the healing, and it still hasn't delivered you where you want to go. You've created some results, but not sustainable results. And now you're just feeling a little bit done with it all, right? This is not a bad thing at all, okay? When this showed up for me, I used to have like this 3-4 hour long morning routine, you know, and I would do all these practices and I would feel great. And then I just became so disillusioned with it all. And I started to feel like, damn, I'm not doing these things anymore. So I'm not going to create what I want. But what I realized was actually the control pattern underneath was dying, right? I was being invited to stop bypassing my physical experience and the reality that I was in, and actually just drop deeper into the lived experience of being human. And recognize, okay, a lot of these things that I was learning and that I was doing, I was actually using as a coping mechanism. I was using to soothe myself. I was using to bypass what was actually showing up here and now. And now that this is happening, because this is a sign that you're ready for what's next, you're ready to step into this reality that you wanted for so long. The wall has come, the emotions are coming, and now this disillusionment with healing, with motivation, with fixing yourself, with manifesting, with all these things, whichever one of those, maybe it's all of them that's showing up for you. It's a beautiful sign, because you're being invited to come into something that's truer, something that's deeper inside yourself, right? You're being connected with just the reality of being you, being a human in this planet at this time. It's not that all those things are not true, you know, manifesting is real, for instance, but it's just that the way that it's been taught and the way you've been using it has actually not been serving your embodiment. So the best thing with this is just to embrace it, you know, embrace taking a step back for a moment, right? Stop following or watching so many of these videos, or if you do, just recognize that, like, okay, am I using this to soothe and avoid something that's here, or actually am I using this to amplify something that's true? A really good question to ask yourself. So the third one that I shared, disillusionment, with the healing, spirituality, motivation, mindset, hustling, manifesting, whatever it is, however that's showing up for you, you're feeling disillusioned with it and you feel like, what's the point, right? These 3 signs, let me know in the comments, which one are you? Are you all 3? Because I see this show up again and again and again. What these are signs of is that you are being initiated. Okay, now this is the missing piece. This is why so many people hit these things, particularly again, the first one or the second one, and they go back, right? Because what you're doing is you're hitting against the ceiling of your current identity. That's why you hit a wall. That's why you burn out. That's why these emotions come up. And the same with the spirituality stuff. You're hitting the wall of, like, you've taken that stuff to the limit of what you can take it. The spiritual ego, the healing ego, the hustle ego, whatever it is, the identity that you've been living as up till now has reached its limit. And life is literally saying to you, no, this needs to stop. This cannot come with you, because I need you to step into this reality that you want, right? So far you've been living as if, like, you're this small separate self who's just trying to do enough and get enough right? So that you can be rewarded with this life. But that's not actually how reality works. Life wants you to live that life as much as you want to live it, because you are life. You are connected to it. You are one with it, right? So your desires are not just things that you're trying to, like, fight life or control life or prove that you're worthy of having. The universe wants you to have them. It's invested in that. But in order for that to happen, it needs you to free yourself. It needs you to let go of this identity, which is where initiation comes in. Initiation is what happens when you move from one stage of life into the next. And what it's really happening is that one identity is dying so that a deeper, truer thing can emerge, right? It's the death and rebirth. This is the whole cycle of life that we're always moving through. In order to step into that new chapter fully and completely and actually stay there, as I've said to you many times, the old identity must die. The old stories, the old beliefs, the old idea of who you were, right? Which is usually related to a collection of stories, memories, and emotions that you've been holding on to. These are often rooted very deep in the subconscious, which is why even despite all the healing and self-help and work that you've been doing on yourself, you've not met them so far, because you've actually been doing them from the same identity that was originally created to protect you from these things. Okay, which is why these things, this wall, these emotions, this disillusionment, although they feel negative, although they feel frustrating, although they feel dense, they're actually serving you because they're revealing something deeper that was already there. Now, if you can really get this, and if you can really lean into it, and if you can find particularly the right support to integrate this so that you move through this instead of just like numbing out, checking out, or going back, because that's often what happens. That's why some people see this as a test, because it kind of is, really. It's like life saying, hey, are you really ready to let go of this stuff? Because if you're not, you can just take the easy route and just collapse and then go back and then come back again and try, which is probably a loop that you've repeated many times, right? This is why people circle and circle and circle. If you can find the right support and if you can know how to move through this, then you will pass through the initiation. You will be ready for the next chapter. And that is the chapter when it starts to be effortless, where things actually start to align, where you truly embody the version of you who creates the life that you want to create. But you need a rite of passage in order to do that. You already are being taken through it. These things showing up are life's rite of passage. The question is, how do you respond to them? Are you going to let them alchemize you at the deepest level, or are you not? That's really the only question. It's really the only question. So let me know in the comments, like, if you want me to film another video to go a little bit deeper into this and like how you can actually do this, then let me know. What I want to share with you now is a rite of passage that I host. I call it Initiation. This is a 1-to-1 2-hour session that I host online with people. I've done hundreds of these. If you're new here, by the way, my name is Tobias. I am a coach, a guide, and an initiator. I've been guiding people through these rites of passage for years now. And what I do is, this is actually not coaching, this session. This is not healing. This is not therapy. This is a space that is very intentionally designed to take you deep into that unconscious part of yourself that's been holding on, so that you can meet it, you can give it what it needs, and you can let go of that loop. Okay? I am offering these sessions right now 50% off for the next 3 people, because I really can feel that there are so many people going through this that need this, and I want to make this accessible for people that really feel the call, and to reward that. So if you want that, if you want support, if you really want to like genuinely step through this, because you're like, yeah, 2026 is going to be the best year of my life, I'm going to build some shit this year, I want to help you do that. So check the link in the description as a little GDoc page where I just outline everything about the rite and how it works and the pricing, and then you can book on, and yeah, I will give you a 50% discount. If that's not for you, that's all good. Okay, just let me know in the comments, like, what did this bring up for you, because I would love to create some more videos. This is what I'm all about. This theme of initiation, so that you can step into who you're really here to be, is the medicine that's coming through me right now, is what I'm here to bring to people. So like, comment, subscribe, let me know like what most resonated with you from this, and I will be sharing some more videos soon. So good to have you around. It's time for your next level. Embrace it.